The Wogglebox is that, and it has been to Cub 100 events all around the UK for the whole of this year, and it has asked one simple question, which is
Cub Scouts in 100 years would have.
And these are the responses that we got.
Cub Scouts will have in 100 years might be floating obstacles.
Cubs in 100 years would have no risk assessment.
Cub Scouts in 100 years would have teleporters.
And in 100 years, I'm sure the Cubs will be having just as much fun, if not more, than what we've had this weekend.
Cub Scouts in 100 years would still have friendship.
Would have a lot more younger leaders than me because I've been here 45 years.
We think we'll have flying puff-up tents.
Cubs will have as big a following as they've got today, with even more volunteers and leaders.
We would still have the same values and traditions as we have now.
Hoverboards. Would go to camp in another dimension. A massive zip line that can fly across the whole world.
Inflatable campsites.
In 100 years, Cubs will have even more fun, even more excitement, and every young person, hopefully, a member of the Cub Scout section of that right age.
In 100 years, Cub Scouts would have hologram neckers, so they're not going to lose them in the tents, and if a leader spots them, where's your necker? You can just pull the remote out and go zap, there you go.
In 100 years, Cubs will have twice as many members as they have now.
And Cub Scouts in 100 years will have digital badges.
Robot leaders.
Laser dives.
Reality on a cam.
A jetpack. Jetpacks and shoes that can walk on water. Double-decker tents.
Have portable internet, which is like internet you get anywhere.
Scouting in 100 years will have spaceships and rockets and big flashy light bulbs and phones that can actually text and ring somebody rather than do everything else.
He thinks that in 100 years, Cubs should all have a snake each.
Cubs will have another big birthday bash.
More activities to do.
We'll have hoverboards.
Self-packing rucksacks.
Camp on Mars.
Cubs will have amazing celebrations for being 200 years old.
A zip line that can hold more than one person.
Self-cleaning toilets.
Personal leaders where you could FaceTime and speak to them instantaneously when you needed some information.
A lot more people and a lot more volunteers to help with the activities, and will be in more countries than it is now.
Aeroplanes and children can fly in.
In 100 years' time, Cub Scouts would have meetings on the moon.
Flying trailers.
Pencils that write for you.
Ensuite bathrooms so that I don't have to look like this.
A jam-packed show for you this month. We've got this.